Thank you everybody for joining me, and I'm back again, and unfortunately that's bad news for you and you. Alright, this video is about 5 types of black men who I don't fuck with. Alright? The first type of black man I don't fuck with is the black man who beat his woman. I don't fuck with black men who beat their women. I just don't understand. I don't understand that mentality. I wasn't raised like that. Every situation that I've been in where I witnessed a black man getting physically violent or aggressive towards his woman, I intervened and I stopped it. But that's just my mentality. In every situation, it's been plenty of situations where I've actually saved people's lives. I don't have that fear of I don't have that fear of I have courage. I don't have that fear of repercussions. I live in the system internally of justice. And whenever I see a black man physically assaulting his woman, I have to intervene. There is absolutely no reason and nothing that a woman can do that she can harm you. She can shoot you or get a knife, of course. But as a man, you have to understand the type of situation that you're in. You have to understand when it's time to leave those sorts of situations. Another type of black man I don't fuck with is a black man who don't take care of his motherfucking kids, bro. For like 40 fucking years, black men ain't been taking care of their kids, and we see the result of that. And then it's still some of us who go out and hang out with these black men, and we go to the club and we turn up bottles and we kick it with them, and we don't say, nigga, you talk to your fucking child? You talk to your son? You talk to your daughter today? A black man who don't take care of his kid ain't got no respect for himself or his seed that he produced. I knew plenty of black men out here, bro, who just sitting up here getting women pregnant. What? No, be quiet. I've been in plenty of situations when I knew black men who was just knocking up every female they came across. And that type of that lack of self-control in the black community is what needs to be fixed and talked about and not respected and criticized. A black man who don't take care of his child is a black man who want to see his own failure. Is a black man who don't understand what children really are. Because if you don't invest and you don't protect and you don't love your child, how can you do that for yourself? Another type of black man I don't respect is a black man who constantly seeking out whores to have sex with. I know every black person out there know a black dude. Every time they talk about a female, they talking about a thought. Talking about a buzz down. Man, it's buzz downs over here. Sluts over there. Over there, they giving it out. Let's get it, yeah. How often have you heard, like, man, nah, shawty decent, shawty right, she lovely, she smart, she got her stuff together, and I feel she gonna make me better. How often do you hear that in the hood, man? How often do you hear black men talking about the black woman with respect? Not very often. It says something about a man who only seeks to stick his genitals inside of a woman who's a cesspool, who's a trash can. And it's these same women who they knocking up. So it's no coincidence that when you knock up a trash can, that the production, what happens and what's produced by a trash can is garbage. And so you don't take care of the garbage, which is your child. Stop sticking your stuff in trash cans. And then that way, you will produce something other than garbage. The fourth type of black man I don't mess with, man, is a black man who don't have nothing of value to say, no matter what the conversation or the situation. Every time you talk to this nigga, he always saying some goofy shit, some dumb shit. Like, always telling jokes and shit. Like, he ain't got no serious vein in his body. Like, bro, we living in, I mean, it's 2017 now. You know what I'm saying? Even back then, when George Bush and fucking, it's not a single point in this country that black people was not in a situation where it calls for our seriousness. And then to hang around somebody who always want to tell jokes or not be serious or have nothing of intelligence that I can learn from or anybody around him can learn from, I don't respect a black man like that. Because as a black man, you're not in a situation to where you can just sit around and think shit is fun and games. And a man who doesn't understand that and who don't realize that is not a man at all. That's a child. And the fifth and final man I don't respect is a man who fuck with any of those four other men who I said something about. Ain't nobody in my circle, I never fuck with any dude who won't take care of his kids. I can't respect that. I can't relate to that, man. I grew up from a father who didn't take care of me. And I don't fuck with him. Even though I could. I can find out where he live and what his name. I know his name. You know what I'm saying? I can find out where he live and try to reconnect and build something with him. But he wasn't there for me. He wasn't there for my mother. How the fuck you leave the woman who had your seed barren, no help? How do you do that as a man? You don't. So obviously, if you didn't respect the seed you put into that female, you don't respect the result of that seed, which is me. And honestly, if he died, I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't feel nothing. Even if I talk to him more than I have over my fucking 32 years of living, I still wouldn't care because of the fact for that one time you left my mother for fucking like 18 years to raise me by herself. You don't deserve no sympathy. And everybody gotta die. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I don't fuck with black men who sit around dumb niggas all the time. You can't be an intelligent black man about your grind, about your business, and tell me that the only niggas you fuck with is niggas who always talking about some goofy shit and telling jokes all the fucking time. No, nigga, you ain't serious. You hang around people who are like you. That's what makes you feel comfortable. That's what makes you consider them friends. So if all the niggas you hang around with is thugs and drug dealers and lames and goofy ass niggas who ain't got shit going for themselves and who always fucking with thoughts and buzz downs, then that's the type of trash you is. I'm not the type of person who, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror knowing I got a child out there by a female who I probably even pretended and made her think that I loved her and impregnated her and let her take care of that kid by herself. How can you do that to somebody? Who does that? I couldn't look myself in the mirror and consider myself anything but a fucking loser. Because that's what they are. And if you hanging around people who doing that shit, you encouraging that shit. People like that should not be able to sleep with any woman or should have any friends. Why? What the fuck can you offer me if I want to be your friend if you can't even take care of your kids, bro? That's the most important thing in your life. That's the most important thing in your entire lifetime that you're going to produce is your kids. And you can't even take care of that in a minimum sense. I'm not saying you have to have $1,000 every fucking week to take them out and go Great America and all this type of stuff. I'm just saying just being there. Just stopping by the crib with your baby mama. Giving her respect. Just because you and your baby mama may not have nothing serious don't mean you got to sit there and be enemies once the baby is born. You be like, hey, we didn't get along, but hey, we got a beautiful baby. If you want to, you can take child support, but I'm telling you right now, you won't have to do that because I love my child and I respect you. I don't know no woman who wouldn't see that and say, okay, cool. And you keep your word as a man. And that's the problem with black men. We don't keep our word, especially to these women. Because these women ain't fucking just out here having all these babies by different dudes because they hoes. They out here having babies by different dudes because every single dude sitting up here telling them and giving them a dream and promising them something that they didn't even plan on fulfilling. Now, as a man, all you have to do is tell a female, like, hey, I don't want nothing serious. I'm going to wear this protection. Or are you on protection? I'm clean, you clean. Let's just keep it casual. But it's obvious because of all this child support shit going around, all this fucking corruption in our neighborhood, that these niggas are sitting up here lying to these females and not telling them, like, hey, I just want something casual, nothing long term. And that's where the problem of the black community comes from, is the lack of respect for the women of our community and the taking care of our fucking kids. Yeah. It's been situations where I've seen on TV and I've experienced in my own life of someone who I associated myself with physically assaulting his woman in my presence. Like, that shit is cool and normal. Who does that? As a man, you have to have a certain level of respect for yourself to, first of all, to not put yourself in a position to be attacked by a female to the point to where you feel like you have to retaliate against her. That's the thing as a man, because a man who knows that a female is nothing a female can really do without a weapon that can hurt him will never allow himself to get that angry to retaliate physically. I'm trying to put that much more simply to you. If my wife, the mother of my children, was yelling and screaming at me and she became aggressive to the point to where she started pushing, or she started trying to swing on me, and they only want to swing and do all this shit to you because you tend to fall back and be like, hey, stop doing that shit. But when I get to the point to where I feel like I want to hit your ass back because I'm a man, I am. And I don't care who it is, a man will not sit there and continuously be hit. But when I feel I'm approaching that point, it's no space in this earth where you cannot go to get out that fucking situation. Leave the house. Jump the fuck out the car if you have to. Walk the fuck out the car. But for you to sit up there and hit and to beat a woman like she a dude, you will never get respect. And you don't deserve that shit, man. It's almost to the point it's actually at a point females really don't understand this. It's like, it's at the point to where a man hitting a female and fighting a female is like fighting a child. It's no competition. Many women are very aggressive and they have very, toughness, and they think they can do some shit. There's women out here who really feel like they can hang. But genetically and physically, it's not in their favor. The smallest man can beat the toughest fucking woman like 4 times his size. She's not built that way to take a fight long term for a man. And me knowing that, and niggas know that shit too.
Hello?
Why? Calm that shit down, bro. But I'm not trying to make this video too long. I just want to tell you the types of niggas I don't fuck with, bro. Keep them niggas out your circle, because I'm telling you, we living in a time and a day and age to where black people have to start making decisions, not amongst who we fuck with outside of our race, but who we fuck with within our race. There's too many snitches and bitch ass niggas in black society for us to even have a legitimate revolution or overturning to righteousness and doing something positive. Because it's always gonna be that coward ass snitch ass nigga who gonna be like, man, no, dude, I'm cool. And then they on the phone with the cops, like, hey, these niggas over here talking about getting up. They ain't want to lay down no more. All you bitch ass niggas out there, man, who the 5 dudes the 5 black men I was talking about, the ones who beat their kids, the one who beat their woman, who don't take care of their kids, who fuck with black men who ain't talking about shit, and the black men who constantly searching for bust downs to sleep with. Those are the type of black men who gonna be sitting up here trading on us when shit get real. So y'all gonna be the first to go. We gonna purge y'all ass first. I'm gonna tell you right here. This No Names Media, G. I'm gonna tell you right here, right now. Y'all gonna have to be the first to go because y'all the snitches in the community. Do you understand? Do you realize how many people, black people, you hang around with who snitches, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I seen you can watch TV on shows and see, like on First 48, for example. All these dudes popping people, snitching on themselves and their friends when they was down to ride and do the shit. And I'm telling you, these same niggas who beat their woman, don't take care of their kids, always want to mess with bust downs, who never have nothing intelligent or valuable to your life to say to improve your knowledge and education and learning and empowerment. That's these niggas who snitching. And you know, I guarantee you, somebody out there know. All y'all know. Fuck that. All y'all know a person like that. Get them out your circle, bro. You living in a new age and a new time when the president is beginning to wage war, and he's starting with Chicago. Yeah. Get them out your circle. And it coming from me, a husband and a father who take care of his kids, who pay attention to what's going on in society. Your downfall, no matter what success you have, I don't care if it's success in getting a new job or want to be successful or want to start a fucking revolution. Those 5 niggas I explained, they gonna be your downfall. Those the same types of motherfucking niggas who shot Malcolm X up in that auditorium. Those the types of niggas who set Martin Luther King up on that balcony. Those the same type of niggas who fought who got the leader of the Black Panthers killed. Huey P. Newton, man. These niggas gotta be purged one way or the other. Until black people start policing themselves. Internally, outside, and stop posting shit on World Star Hip Hop. When you see a nigga posting shit on World Star Hip Hop, he one of the 5 niggas I explain. Because a real nigga ain't gonna go out there and do no shit or witness no grimy shit with a fucking video camera. When you hear a nigga called World Star and he got a camera in his hand, smack his ass too and break his fucking phone. At some point, being famous and being popular out here to get views and likes and shit has to go away, and informing each other about what's really happening, how we can move and motivate and continue to grow. Because I don't know if you niggas pay attention. Some of you don't pay attention. Niggas who feel like me and the women who feel like me growing. We have Trump partially to thank for that. But we just have time to thank for that too. We have people spreading a message on all these social media platforms on what's going to happen, what needs to happen for black people to not be reliant on our enemies to give us EBT cards, to give us jobs. This stage of entrepreneurship. And until black men and black women decide to say, hey, I don't need to go to this white corporation or these fucking Arabs. And you know the Asians ain't getting us no jobs. Until we stop going to these other races and we create shit in our own neighborhoods and we buy shit from each other. We have to support each other. That's the biggest problem with black people. We don't support each other. But anyway, stop fucking with these lame ass niggas, man. Stop fucking with men who beat their women. Niggas who don't fuck with their kids. Who don't take care of their kids, I'm sorry. Who beat their woman, who don't take care of their kids. And stop messing with black men who always want to mess with thoughts, and buzz downs, and trash. And who ain't never got none of value or purpose to bring to your life. And stop fucking with people who hang around people like that. This was No Names Media. I won't be on doing live videos on my channel, my personal channel for long. All my live videos gonna go to my company's Facebook page. If you ain't subscribed to it, if you ain't a part of it, searching on YouTube, searching on Facebook, searching on Twitter. No Names, N-O, Names with an S at the end, Media. Get up with us. We got news, reviews, music, all that shit, man. So I hope y'all understand what I was trying to say to y'all. I ain't trying to make this too long, but deuces.